Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Boozer here. Hope everyone's having a great day. Hope everyone's having a great CVC. We're not having a great CVC, as you can see here, so we're just kind of giving up. So in today's video, I want to go over this event that's going on. If CVC is not your thing, definitely check out this event. It's called the Ice Golem tournament. It's using specific factions. It's from only using champions from the Corrupted Alliance factions. So where we can determine what is the Corrupted Alliance, we go to the index. I think some of you guys maybe never knew this, but every faction is broken up into like these alliances. So for this particular tournament, we're using the Corrupted, which is actually pretty easy. There's some obviously really strong factions here: Demon Spawn, Undead, Dark Elves, Knight, Revenant. So I just want to go over a couple of ways we can complete this tournament very easily. Obviously there's not much going on right now. It's like one day before the fusion event that's happening. There's a spider tournament that's going on that's kind of perfect if you're doing CVC super hard. But otherwise, this Ice Golem tournament is actually something that you can probably jump into pretty easily and scoop up some of these rewards without much fight. As you can see here, this tournament is very empty and I'm already leading with very minimal investment. So I mean, to me, I'm just gonna put more energy into this. It's very easy, and there's also a bonus for CVC right now, so that actually you're not really losing any points, so it's all good. So I want to go over some champions and some ways to do this event very easily if you guys have access to these champions. So we'll go over just a quick run through of what this alliance has in terms of champions that can do this tournament. So immediately I think of like ways to solo this dungeon. So Ice Golem obviously is soloable. You can use Tyrant Lixamor. Tyrant Lixamor can solo this dungeon. He does require like pretty good gear. All the champions here will be using similar gear: regeneration, immortal gear. He does require decent gear to do this, and his runtime is actually kind of slow. So if you have him, he's useful. He's a good clan boss champion as well. He's useful in a lot of areas. He can also solo spider, although not super fast. He can still do it. So this Tyrant is definitely somebody that you're looking for. Everyone that I'm listing right now uses similar builds. You want somewhere between 60 to 70k HP in regeneration, probably around 220, 240 speed, and enough accuracy and resistance for the dungeon level. So I'll go over some builds and what I'm using, but I just want to go over some options here. So from Demon Spawn, I think that's going to be it. No epics that can do it. So moving on to Undead Horde. Undead Horde, Crypt King Goral can actually do it too. Similar to Tyrant Lixamor. He's not going to be super fast, but he's a bit faster than Tyrant, so maybe about 3 minutes for he's magic affinity, so he can do the Force Affinity Ice Golem, which is I believe 24, I want to say. Sorry, I want to say 24, I'm not sure. 24, yeah, 24 he can do Spirit Affinity because he's magic affinity. So Crypt King Goral can definitely do it. About 3 minutes, and he needs similar type gear, regen immortal with good HP with resistance as well. Bad Owl can do it. Bad Owl can definitely do it. A different stage because he's Force Affinity, but Bad Owl can definitely do it. He would require some pretty good speed as well. You're looking at 250, 260 or higher for consistent runs. So if you have Bad Owl definitely can work. Moving on, so that's going to be it for Undead. For the Dark Elves, I don't believe anybody in Dark Elves can solo this dungeon. Dark Kale can definitely do a lot of work, but he's going to need some help to get through the waves. So he can't really do it by himself. But you can definitely make a team around Dark Kale, so he's going to be pretty MVP around against Ice Golem. For Knight Revenant, there's a couple guys that can do it. So Tomb Lord is definitely somebody that can do it. He was my go-to guy for a long time. He places poisons, he has decreased speed, places poisons, and then he has decreased attack and decreased defense with turn meter reduction. He's a very strong champion. He can also do dragon very easily as well. So I will be showcasing Tomb Lord in this video, so stick around for that run. The other champion from the same faction is Theodore. He's an absolute monster. I will be showcasing my Theodore in Ice Golem as well. He places the poison and then speed buff on himself, and then he instantly activates it while extending it for himself as well. So he's a very strong champion. You guys can I'll showcase a run for him. Drain can actually do it too. He can place the HP burn irresistible. He doesn't require accuracy, so basically you just jam stats into his HP, give him resistance, and he's very easy to build, very strong champion. Obviously requires to be fully booked. If you don't fully book him, he's not going to place his HP burn. Most of these champions require books to place the 100% HP burn, which is kind of annoying, but Drain can definitely do it. And he was a past fusion, so he most likely will be in your roster if you guys were playing for a while. And yeah, similar type gear as well. Not the fastest, but you can definitely do it. Okay, so that's gonna be it. So in this video I will be showcasing my Tomb Lord and Theodore. So I use Theodore on my other account, so I'll jump into that right now. I'll show you guys my build here. So what we do is basically go against the stage that is off affinity. So right now Tomb Lord is Spirit Affinity, so he's best against Force Affinity, which will weak hit against him. So you're doing stage 23. Yes, stage 23 is not stage 24 and it's not stage 25. So you're getting a fraction lower drop rates than stage 24. Stage 24 is generally what I'd recommend for people not farming for CVC, because 25 gives the best CVC points, but it doesn't necessarily give you the best gear. Stage 24 on all dungeons actually give you the best quantity of good quality gear. You get more 6-star epic gear, you get a very good amount of 6-star legendary gear, whereas 25 gives you much less quantity and only very slightly more 6-star legendary gear. In my opinion, it's not worth it. You lose a lot of silver, you lose a lot of quality 6-star epic pieces that might be useful as well. So I definitely recommend anyone farming normal dungeon to farm stage 24. Stage 23 is similar. It's going to be slightly less drops, but of course, because the affinity issue, it's going to be much more consistent on 23 as opposed to 24. So we're going to jump into stage 23. Make sure your food champions are also part of the proper factions in the alliance, the corrupted alliance. So if you're trying to do this event, so I'll show you guys this Tomb Lord. Here's a pro tip for Tomb Lord. If you guys put Tomb Lord here without setting AI, and then you put food in and then just click auto, it'll take him almost double the time to complete the run. So here's my suggestion for Tomb Lord. You set him up with his AI to prioritize his A3, his defense down, decrease attack, and then you turn it off. So he starts the wave with that, and then he turns it off for every single wave. Because when he does this, he reduces his turn meter of the waves, and they don't take poison damage. This way, the waves stay alive much longer. You're kind of just doing attacks for no reason. And yeah, and if you have the proper stats, you don't need turn meter reduction for increased survivability. So here's my Tomb Lord. He's definitely pretty stacked up, but these are like top end stats. You definitely don't need this amount of stats. I've done Tomb Lord builds with like 60,000. He needs somewhat decent defense, so I would aim for like at least 2k. Ideally you want him to be crit capped. So for 23 he gets plus 15% crit because of the affinity, so he's crit capped here. Good crit damage. You need about 330, 340 resistance to resist, and about 200, 220 accuracy to land his debuffs. So those are kind of like the stats you want. In terms of overall speed, you probably want at least 200. 220 is fine. I would not put like 250, 260 speed on Tomb Lord, just because he doesn't need that much speed, and he would just be like moving around, wasting time. So of course it's fine, but you don't really need it. So definitely works here. For Ice Golem, it's a bit sketchy sometimes because he does take big slams once in a while. For Dragon, if you can do Ice Golem with these stats, you can definitely do Dragon as well. Same kind of idea, except on Dragon it's going to be Dragon 25 due to affinity. But we're going to talk about Ice Golem here right now. So like I said, set up his AI. It's going to cut the run in half. I'll show you guys right now. In we go. So this is my Tomb Lord. So he opens with the defense down. He places poisons. This wastes a couple seconds. Everything dies. And then you can see the resist and weak hits happening. He should be in no danger at all. Like I said, make sure his defense is at least 2,000, ideally 2,500 with maybe like 60k HP if possible. If you have Brimstone on him, that's even better. And off he goes. He's gonna slowly chip down these waves. He actually does it in a very reasonable time, especially with the AI setup. And like I said, if you guys don't set up the AI, it's gonna add probably, I don't know, at least a minute and a half to your run. So this solo run by Tomb Lord is roughly about 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Without the AI setup, it's gonna be like at least a minute, minute and a half more. Definitely set up his AI. Here we go. This wave is a sketchy wave because the husk actually hits you pretty hard. So if for some reason the husk hits you non-weak crits, and then for some reason the bombs land on you, basically the worst RNG in the world, you might lose Tomb Lord on wave 2. So I mean, that's literally like the worst RNG. You're fighting against multiple 3%. So yeah. Otherwise, this would be pretty easily 100% run. He's very safe against the Ice Golem here. I'll show you guys his masteries real quick. If you guys take War Master or Giant Slayer on Tomb Lord instead of Timely Intervention for extra speed, he has a chance to fail against the boss because War Master or Giant Slayer does trigger his big slam. So, but a Giant Slayer and War Master, they help against the dragon. So if you double duty your Tomb Lord for Dragon Ice Golem, then kind of give or take. It really depends on what gear levels you guys have. So you guys have more survivability, you guys can take War Master or Giant Slayer. If you guys less survivability, then maybe you guys take Timely Intervention for more speed. So here we go. We got Ice Golem's peak. My best time is 152 with Tomb Lord, and then average time about 2 minutes. This is with the AI. It's actually very fast. And yeah, this is like super consistent, probably like 90, 98, 99% run. And I will be doing this to complete my my Ice Golem challenge. So very easy to complete the Ice Golem challenge, especially when CVC is going on and there's not really much to focus on. So this is a very easy tournament. I'll show you guys my Theodore build. On my other accounts, in my main account, I use Theodore, so I'm back at it here. Oops. So Theodore, same situation as Tomb Lord. He is Spirit Affinity, so he will be best against Force Affinity here. Same reasoning. So here's Theodore. Make sure your food is all part of the correct faction. Oh, sorry. Yeah, all part of the correct faction. And yeah, we'll just jump right into the run. Show you guys Theodore. I don't have any AI presets. He's actually very fine by himself without any AI. So here we go. Theodore's gonna do a bunch of crazy stuff right now. Yep, there he goes. He's just popping off. I will say that Theodore probably takes slightly more stats. However, I do have him geared to do hard dragon, so his stats are a little overkill for normal dungeons nowadays. So I'll show you guys his stats and masteries. I do have a dedicated guide to Theodore for my hard dungeon purposes. You guys can check that out. But this is for Ice Golem purposes. We're farming normal. There we go. Just because actually Theodore cannot work on hard difficulty because the Ice Golem is immune to poisons. There you go, 53 seconds. My personal best is 50 seconds. Extremely fast. Theodore is just just an unbelievable beast in this dungeon. So yeah, and I'll jump in. I'll show you guys my Theodore build. So Theodore, he's in regen and immortal. Total stats 260 speed, enough resistance and accuracy for hard dungeons. Good defense, good HP. He has Brimstone on, which is what you want, And in terms of masteries, I have Timely Intervention. If you guys have superb gear, you guys go down War Master if you guys want for more damage. But this is a very safe build with Oppressor here for increased speed. So yeah, so that's my Theodore. He's going to be totally dominating this tournament, this challenge event. As you can clearly see, I don't really have much competition in this event. 689. I would just demolish everybody, and I'll pick up this. Probably at least this shard. This chicken seems kind of okay, but I have a lot of chicken already, so we'll definitely pick up the shard for sure. But yeah. And sorry, I forgot to show you guys my Tomb Lord build real quick. I'll just jump right in here and show you guys my Tomb Lord. Like I said, 85,000 HP is overkill. He does have Brimstone with the plus 5,000 here. His defense is a little bit low, so I can swap out a ring. You want him about 2,500. My Theodore has about 3,000 defense, so 2,500 defense is ideal. Tomb Lord scales off of attack. The attack and crit damage, if you can add it, that definitely helps. But it's not necessary if you guys are struggling for stats, so definitely hit the other stats first before going for Tomb Lord. But keep in mind that Tomb Lord does require 100% crit rate to land his abilities. I forgot which ability. This one. If it hits crit, yeah, there you go. You can land the poisons. Yeah, so you must have 100% crit. Yeah, I think I have a crit damage amulet. Yeah, I do. So if you guys are struggling for stats, definitely give him HP or defense, and then you want resistance and accuracy enough for your dungeon levels. So about 330 and 230 for normal dungeons. Add an extra 100 to each for hard dungeons. But Tomb Lord is not going to be excellent in Ice Golem for hard, just because Ice Golem is immune to poison. Tomb Lord can do some work in maybe a hard dragon, but he's not going to be as good as he is in regular dragon, of course. And his masteries, I got him in Giant Slayer, down to Giant Slayer, with the extension of his debuffs and Spirit Haste, and make sure Whirlwind of Death. Very good, very solid build for solo farming. Alright guys, so best of luck in your Ice Golem challenge, best of luck in your CVC if you guys are doing that, and yeah, hopefully you guys are prepared for the upcoming Emic fusion. Looks super insane, but it's probably going to be an insane fusion requirements, so best of luck to us all, I guess. Anyways, thanks for watching guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.